Okay, there we go. We're going to get started. So the first thing that I would like to do is welcome you all to our Spring Wellness webinar. And I really love doing these webinars. I think we took a break. I think our last one was it January, gang? And then we took a break for a couple of weeks. I think that's when it was. But these make my heart happy. Okay, so today, what we're going to focus on is spring cleaning for our house. And that's fine, Gail. I hope I'm not too loud and you have your headphones in because I can get loud. So, okay. Anyway, what we're going to share today is how to reduce the toxic load in your home and have some effective and happy cleaning. Okay, so you all are saying, what do you mean happy cleaning, Lisa? Yes, Lisa loves spring, but I hate cleaning. Is there anybody else who doesn't enjoy cleaning as much as I do? Yay! Okay, good. I'm not alone. All right. So what do I mean by happy cleaning? Well, ladies, if you put essential oils in place of your toxic cleaners with the recipes we're going to give you, these things actually uplift you in your mind and your emotions. So if you end up dancing once you make one of these recipes while you're cleaning, will you please report back to us and let us know? One of the things, was somebody going to say something? I thought I heard a voice real quick. No, probably my own self echoing. So one of the things that I discovered when I moved over into a natural and more of a natural wellness lifestyle was how many of the products under my sink were harming me. And just before I hopped on with you all today, I just want to give you one note about dryer sheets. How many of you use dryer sheets in your dryers? Good job, Cherry. Excellent. Okay, Patty, do you use dryer sheets in your dryer? Okay, is there anyone else? Did you know? This is according to the health and wellness website called 6wise.com. Some of the most harmful ingredients in our dryer sheets are things like benzyl acetate, which is linked to pancreatic cancer. Who knew? I didn't know that. Also, benzyl alcohol, which is an upper respiratory tract irritant. I didn't know that, right? And then finally, I just wrote a few of them down. Something called ethanol, which is linked to central nervous system disorders. Now, of course, I honestly don't know how much of these things they put in the dryer sheets, but what I want to ask all of you is, why do they need to use any of those things at all? And if anybody's interested, I copied a recipe for making your own fabric softener with no toxins in it that I'd be delighted to share with you. I can send it to you via Facebook, or I can send it to the email of the person that invited you. Patty, I'll get it to you. Really simple too. So most of the things that we're going to share today have to do with DIYs and opting for things that are less toxic in your home. Some of the recipes will be filled with essential oils because, of course, the majority of us here are essential oil lovers, and we use them and also operate a business with them. So you'll hear some of that. But even more than that, all of us here, all of the leaders who have come and who have invited you today, really care about their health and their families overall. And what we've learned, we'd like to share with you as well. So the very first person that is going to talk today is our beloved Kimberly Green. And I have her down for cupboards, toxic purge, and potentially blinds. I'm not sure if she got that memo yet, but if she did, she'll share that with us, okay? So I'm going to turn it over to Kim now. Go ahead, Kim.
Good morning, afternoon, wherever you are. So I was going to talk to you first about looking under your sinks. What kind of things are you storing there, and when was the last time you looked? So if you look under your sink, I'm doing a big purge, and I try to do this annually. I don't do every sink every year, but you know, I'm going through a lot of things right now just to get rid of stuff and have less things. And one of the things I was doing, of course, was going under my sink in the kitchen. And I have 2 sinks in the kitchen, honestly, so I had a double the duty. But what are you keeping under your sink? What has been hiding there and lurking? What toxins are you keeping that you really should replace with something natural? So first of all, when I pulled everything out, I'm going to clean it. And the first thing I do is I pull out my 16-ounce bottle for water, and I use a little bit of On Guard concentrate. For 16 ounces, I'm gonna, well, this is 24, I think. I use 2 to 3 teaspoons, 2 to 3 tablespoons. I don't make it very often because I don't run out very often. 2 to 3 tablespoons of this. So it lasts me a good long time. And then I spray it all out, and there's always invariably something under there that is sticky because it spilled or overflowed, and you get all that out. There might be a rust spot, something like that, but the On Guard is pretty good at taking it off. If in doubt, I use water, but if I need more power or want it to smell better or disinfect, I'm definitely going to use On Guard. So what kind of things are lurking under your sink? Does anybody want to share what you might be storing there? Like, what if you have, if you're in your bathroom, go ahead and put something in the chat. In my bathroom, one of the things I was getting rid of was old prescriptions. Does anybody have bottles of prescriptions that you've been hanging on to, and they're just kind of, what do you do with those? Well, I don't know about your town, but in my town, they have a repository where you can take old prescription bottles. You don't need to do a thing with them, although I usually peel my label off so it doesn't have my name on it anymore. I don't care if they know what's in there or not. I just don't want my name on it, and I'll stick it in the depository. It's right in our town hall. Come on, I don't see anything in the chat. What kind of things are you keeping under your sink? Does anyone have window cleaner that you have under your sink? Yeah, Sherry has it. Cherry, right? So one of my main ingredients, and sometimes my mom would make this herself because she didn't really buy Windex. She was a do-it-yourself girl. She's 94 and going to be 95 in June. She would make it using ammonia. Stainless steel cleaner, okay. I don't know what's in that, but I think we have some options for you. Ammonia is used in window cleaner. It's a mild disinfectant and used to kill some germs. Well, we have options for killing germs, don't we, girls? But one of the reasons you don't want to use ammonia for cleaning, and I suggest using it up or getting rid of it ASAP, it's a strong irritant and it can cause kidney and liver damage. Nobody has time for that, right? We only get 1 liver, we only have 2 kidneys, and we want to take good care of them while we have them. What else? Dishwasher tablets. Yes, Michelle, unfortunately, I haven't found a good substitute for those. But
before
we do
you
have
go on,
yep.
Phyllis Adamson has her hand up. So
oh, okay. Go ahead, Phyllis.
So if you unmute yourself, we can take your question.
Comment. Oh, okay. You going to tell us what's going on, Phyllis? Oh, maybe she didn't have a comment.
She probably doesn't know how to unmute herself.
If you go to the bottom corner of your page, I don't know if you're on your phone or on your laptop, there's a little mute button down there and you click it.
Looks like a microphone.
It's down below. Anyway, while Phyllis is working on that, something to replace Bon-Ami. You know, I haven't found a good replacement for that, but you can use something slightly abrasive, light, but healthier choice would be baking soda for cleaning, or a salt and baking soda scrub. And if you want it to smell nice, of course, adding lemon or wild orange or even On Guard will help break up the grease if it's a compound like that you're trying to get rid of. Michelle, I haven't found any good substitutes for dishwasher tablets, but you do need to keep them locked away so the littles don't get in. You have? Lisa has something? Oh boy. All right. So oven cleaner, ugh. You know what? I have one of those oven cleaners. You just lock the door and turn on the oven and it cooks itself down to a powder. So if you're looking to replace your oven sometime, I would recommend you get a self-cleaning oven, and maybe once or twice a year, you turn that oven on and it goes to like over 500 degrees. It burns out everything that's stuck on the side. You will have to remove all of the racks in there, but it's great because literally you let it alone for a couple of hours, and when it unlocks, you go back and wipe it out with a wet rag. It's awesome. You guys are throwing me the hard stuff. Granite and stone cleaner. So Lisa, are you going to tell us about dishwasher tablets?
I've got that.
Yep, I've got it. I've got it too, but I think I gave it to Janie, didn't I?
Yes, I've got it.
So Janie, before you get started, does everybody have a pen and a piece of paper? Would you care to write it down? Because I just asked Janie to get the recipe. I don't think she has it.
Oh yeah, I've got it written down.
Yeah,
I've got it written down. Show it. Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share with you how to make dishwasher tabs for one thing, and I'm going to show you some of the ingredients that are involved. Kosher salt. This I use for the C, fruit fresh, but if you can find, I think it's ascorbic acid, no, citric acid. Okay. Washing soda, lemon oil, and borax. And so this is the recipe, which I'm going to show up here. And maybe if you can watch your replay, you'll be able to freeze this and go back and get it. So is that showing up?
If you move it a little bit to, yeah, and then up a tiny bit. No, that's down.
Okay.
Go the opposite way. There you go. Up a little bit more. Janie, you're going down instead of up.
Okay, well, I'm going. So I'm going to go backwards, okay?
Okay.
Has that got it?
It's getting there. Now it's out to the left when we're looking at it, which would be your right, I think.
I want to go my left, my right.
Honey, just read it. Yeah. Just read it. We'll just write it down. All right.
2 cups of washing soda, 2 cups of borax, 1 cup of sea salt or kosher salt, 1 cup of citric acid. You mix those together.
Baking soda is what we call it here in the West, right? Not washing soda, but baking soda. No?
Can you see the washing?
Oh, I have never seen that in my whole life.
So washing soda, you can make washing soda from baking soda. And if you put that in your search engine, you can find that.
That's what I got.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. So you can either press it into ice cube trays, which this one is probably a little too big. It should only be about a tablespoon. This would be a better size ice cube tray to press them into. But you don't have to press them into an ice cube tray. You can just let that powder dry in a Ziploc bag and scoop out about a tablespoon at a time and add it to your dishwashing machine. So then some other things that I was going to share was the lemon oil, all you do is mix about 10 drops of lemon oil with water in a small spray bottle. You can use this to clean your windows. Works really well. You can use this to get tar off of your car. Another thing that I was going to share, these bottles.
Wait, Janie, just a minute, please. Can you go over very slowly the ingredients for the dishwasher tabs again? I was trying to type them up and put them in the chat.
Okay. 2 cups washing soda.
Hold on.
You already have that in there, Kimberly.
Okay, but I was trying to get it all in one. What's the next?
2 cups borax.
Okay.
1 cup sea salt or kosher salt. You want a coarse salt.
Okay.
1 cup citric acid. You can probably find that in the canning section.
Okay.
10 drops of lemon oil, orange oil. You could use grapefruit oil, maybe even On Guard. And then you can put that in a Ziploc bag, let it dry completely, and then keep it sealed up. You can also use like a Slim and Sassy container. Fits that recipe really well. Just pour it in a Slim and Sassy, empty Slim and Sassy container.
Okay.
Chocolate, vanilla, whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, Janie. I think your section is going to continue in a moment. If you let me finish, I was going to talk a little bit about blinds. I don't have a recipe for cleaning mini blinds. So if you'll mute for a second, I think Lisa will cue you when you come back in.
Okay.
Thanks. So for cleaning mini blinds, what I like to do, the most natural way I found, is to take, if you have the plastic kind, Elisa has something else if you have the wooden kind, but if it's plastic, you take them off your window, you just take them off most of you have the little kind that you slide the little tab in and you take them off your wall and I put them in the bathtub and let them soak. And that's a great way for getting the dust off. But if you put a couple of drops of your On Guard concentrate in there, it helps break down the grease that's on there. And then I wipe them with a rag and then put them out in the sunshine to dry and then hang them back up again when they're dry. Did you have a recipe for spraying them, Lisa, or for a rag? No, I need to look that up. All right. All right, that's all I had. The outside of the cabinets, though, you're going to want to wash them as well, or disinfect a little bit. And again, I'm just going to use my DIY On Guard concentrate. When you mix something up in a bottle, make sure you write on it what you put in there. Not maybe the whole recipe. If it's real complicated, you might want to take a piece of paper and then tape it on there with like packaging tape or something so you can read it and make it again. I like using packaging tape because it's clear and it keeps it waterproof. So those are my tips.
Excellent. Thank you, Kimberly. Okay, so I like this to be fun and I like to do giveaways too. So the first person to unmute themselves and say a new thing that you learned from me, Kim, or Janie gets a bottle of lemon. Whoop. Let me turn it the right way so you can see it. There we go. Who wants a free bottle of lemon oil? Who? Did anybody learn anything?
Yeah, the cabinets, concentrate, and the mini blinds. That's new to me, and I'm going to try it.
Okay. Patty, you win the lemon. Don't worry. I have more stuff. But let me say this, Patty, since you won, you don't get to win anything else now, okay?
That's okay.
All right. So the next person that I have that's going to share with us is Nicole. And she is going to talk to us about vacuuming and dusting and all kinds of stuff. So Nicole, take it away, please.
Okay. So hi, everybody. I'm talking about vacuuming, dusting. So before that, I just want to talk a little bit about why those are included in the toxins, reducing toxins, because dusting and vacuuming, I mean, actually you can use your oils doing those things. I'll mention that. But I did a live in our Facebook group a little over, like a year ago, just talking about some of these things too. And I mentioned that I saw a study about dust, or saw a talk about like toxic free living. And one of the things they talked about was the dust in our homes. And I know we already said most of us don't like dusting. It's not my favorite thing, especially because I'm allergic to dust. So if it's flying in the air, or, you know, there's dust bunnies, I try to take my oils before I do that. Like I'll take a shot of like lemon, lavender, and peppermint, 1 drop of each before I even start dusting. If it's going to be a lot of dust or something, just because otherwise I'll be sneezing and running for the box of tissues like the whole time. But the dust in our homes, actually, they've done studies on dust in people's homes and found that it contains tons of chemicals. So the dust is on our surfaces, it's on our floors, and then it comes in through the windows, right? When we open our home, when we come in, it's also coming from the products in our home. Like if you're using toxic chemicals in your home cleaning, that stuff is going to settle. But even if you're trying to live without any chemicals, you're still going to get those things from like the paint that is in your house or the furniture that you're bringing in, because all of that stuff does what we call off-gassing, which releases more chemicals into your environment. And so the ways that we can combat that are we can vacuum our rugs, because the rugs tend to hide more of the dirt than when you don't have rugs. You notice and you sweep it up, right? But rugs are more of a culprit. So vacuuming those. Also, like if you have the upholstery attachment, which I need to get for your furniture, because furniture also collects dust. And then dusting surfaces. So don't use a feather duster unless you have a really high quality one with like real feathers. I've heard ostrich feather ones are like good, but otherwise use like a microfiber. And when we were talking about this, some of the things that are hard to figure out DIYs for, I was mentioning to Lisa, Norwex is another company that you can buy things from. They have some really great microfiber cloths you can get to either pair with a spray that has essential oils or just use with water for some of these harder things. And those are great for dusting because they actually attract the fiber or the particles versus like kind of getting it all into the air and it just resettles somewhere else. So you're not really collecting that dust and getting it out of your home. So you want to collect the dust with microfiber. Another way that dust comes into our home, like I said, is by walking inside, bringing our dirt in on our shoes. So you want to try to get into the habit, if you aren't already, of removing your shoes when you go into your home so that you're not tracking in more chemicals that way. And then, of course, changing your vacuum bags is a good practice every once in a while, because if you have one that has a bag, if you don't, then it doesn't really apply. But if you have a filter in your vacuum, cleaning that too, so that it's really you're getting the most out of it. I've heard people say, I think there was somebody that talked about using essential oils on their vacuum. Like where the air comes out on their vacuum, some fabric, or was that you, Kim? Do you do that?
When I clean the filter, I'll put a drop of something that smells nice on there, usually not a citrus oil because I'm afraid it might disintegrate the foam, because I don't have a fabric HEPA filter. I have it's like a really heavy duty sponge, and then there's another filter on top of that. So because they touch, I don't use citrus there, but I'll use something else like Balance or something that smells nice, but not citrusy.
Balance is a good choice. Yeah.
Excellent.
So you can do things like that, and then our house filters in your home as well. Here in upstate New York, we have forced air heat. So it depends on what kind of heat you have, but you've got air circulating through your home, and you have a filter typically that filters that. And so if you have a dirty filter, you're getting more of those particles back pushed in through your home. So you want to clean those or replace them. We haven't been that great about it, but we just did that recently. So I was really happy because I was like, I wanted to see if it would make it better. I just have more peace of mind knowing that we replaced it. And then the last thing I was going to talk about is houseplants. And why you should have them. So I have a few. I don't have a lot of great window places in my home for the houseplants, but I used to be really bad at houseplants. I would like kill everything that I had, but I'm getting better. So I'm really like, I want to be that good houseplant person. So that's one of my goals. But I do have like about 8 to 10 plants that I haven't killed. And some of the really easy ones, because I'm like, really need easy plants that I can't kill. There's spider plants are a really good option. And when I looked up all these house plants, they've found that they actually they purify our air. So they take chemicals that are being off-gassed by things that we have in our home, and then they're removing those. So it's really awesome that they're not just helping us with like oxygen, and they also brighten your day. I think houseplants make for a cheerier home, but they're actually taking some of the toxins. Like I found that they can process out, not every single plant, but different ones. Some can remove formaldehyde in our environment, ammonia, which Kim was talking about, other carcinogens and toxins they're taking out and removing for us. So some of the other ones, like aloe is a good one as well. Lilies, not daylily, what's the one that I have? I just found out what it was because I didn't know what it was. It's a lily. They're pretty hard to kill, and they look nice. And then other ones that are great as well. Succulents are pretty hard to kill, and they're cute and decorative. Snake plant is another option, and ferns. And then I just learned about these ones that are really, peace lily. That's it, Kim, yeah. Low maintenance are plants called pothos, I think is how you say it, and philodendron. So, and then English ivy is another one that's a good cleaner for your air. And that one is super hard to kill. I mean, I put one in my back room that's like freezing in the winter, and it lived through it. So I thought I was gonna die, but it lived. So those are some of my plant suggestions and why we should have them in our home. I think that's everything for me.
That was excellent, Nicole. Thank you so much. One of the things I wanted to share was I did get a spider plant and I killed it. So it is good to learn how to take care of your plants well. I do manage in my home with orchids. I do well with orchids because they don't like water. And I have a great big plant. I call it an elephant plant. It's shaped like elephant ears, but it gets crease. I don't know, creases isn't the right word, but it comes out a whole leaf and then it starts parting itself into pieces. So that doesn't like water either. So it loves me. And then finally, I have a Hoya plant in the window. It too is a tropical plant and likes very little water. So this is how I have kept my plants alive. Orchids are very particular. What I do with them, Kim, is sometimes it's 10 to 14 days and I soak them in a vase for 20 minutes. I take them out of the container. They're in this. They have a plastic with holes in it. Soak it in there for 20 minutes, put it back, leave it alone. So yeah, one time I did kill one because I forgot to. Yeah, Gail Miller is the expert plant lady here in the chat, you guys. It's a split leaf, PHY, that's right. But anyway, I don't know if they help clean my house or not, but I love them and they are beautiful. I will have to look it up and make sure they do. Do you think they do, Nicole, even though they don't require much water? I think
any houseplants you have are going to be benefiting you and helping in some way. Excellent. I'm not sure what chemicals they're removing, but they're helping. I did want to mention also, if you have like animals like cats or things, you want to look up if those things are toxic for them. If they are, just keep them in a place where they're not going to get them. So
exactly. Yeah, I've heard about that with animals. You have to be very particular when you go shopping to make sure that you're not going to kill one of the pets. That would be awful. So, okay. Thank you again, Nicole. Listen, I have a Citrus Bliss to give away. What did you learn from Nicole? First person that has something new or answers gets a Citrus Bliss. Who could it be?
Dust has bad things in it, which can come from the outside. I was thinking more the inside, like it was generated from, the toxic things in our house, but I never thought about tracking in on your shoes and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. Yeah. And Kathy wrote, on that note, with pets, putting chemical cleaners on your carpet, hardwood, are very toxic for your pets to walk on. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Yes, Kimberly?
Pam had her hand up.
Pam had her hand up. Yes, Pam.
I have a lot of allergies too, and I didn't realize that you could take a preventive, the lemon, lavender, and peppermint preventive before you start cleaning and dusting.
Yes. My favorite way to do that is in a shot glass. So you put in 1 drop of each and just drink it down, and it doesn't taste bad. It tastes good. But we also have a product called Tri-Ease, and it's already made up in the capsules. And my husband uses that every spring because he had very bad allergies. But ladies, I have something to tell you. Living a natural wellness lifestyle and using doTERRA, my husband did not exhibit any symptoms this year. So I'm waiting for summer. When the grass dries out, that's another time that just really triggers him. So we'll see how it's going. But we removed, most of the toxins, not all, most of the toxins from the house. And then he's using Tri-Ease to build up his system. So anyway, I have 2 Citrus Blisses. I forgot to tell the leaders that we're really not participating, but I didn't say that to Ami. So Ami, you get a Citrus Bliss, and Pam, you get a Citrus Bliss. So I had to, you both win those. Okay. All right. So the next person I have set to talk, I believe, is Ami, having to do with air fresheners. Go ahead, Ami, please.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so the question is, why throw away candles, plugins, and air fresheners? Okay, here we go. Before I talk about this, we're going to have to talk about something called phthalates. And phthalates are a group of chemicals used in hundreds of products, such as vinyl flooring, wall covering, detergents, lubricating oil, food packaging, nail polish, personal care products, nail polish, hairspray, soaps, shampoos, perfumes. And in the past few years, researchers have linked phthalates to asthma, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, breast cancer, obesity and type 2 diabetes, low IQ, neurodevelopmental issues, behavioral issues, autism spectrum disorders, altered reproductive development, and male fertility issues linked to endocrine disruption. Okay, so let's next talk about candles. Okay, why throw away candles?
Before you run on, somebody's asking, could you spell the word that you told me? Yes.
Certainly. PHTHALATES. Why throw away? Yes. Why throw away paraffin candles? Because they have phthalates. When burned, and also because the paraffin wax releases toxic volatile organic compounds, VOCs, into the air, which includes acetone, benzene, toluene, which are known carcinogens. These are the same chemicals found in diesel fuel emissions and are known to cause allergies, asthma attacks, and skin problems. And it's the phthalates in the candles are mostly caused by synthetic fragrances. Next, let's move on to plugins. 86% of plugins contain phthalates. And another interesting thing that I found out is that plugins have been known to leak. And so this person that wrote the article said that it leaked, you know, in the plug, and it could have caused a fire. They were very alarmed because something went wrong with the plug, and they opened it up and there was oil back in there. Okay, so according to the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, the levels of indoor pollutants can be 2 to 5 times higher than outdoors. Now let's move on to air fresheners. They are designed to put an aroma, a smell into the environment to mask odors, not to clean it. They can emit and generate a lot of potentially hazardous air pollutants that can negatively affect air quality. So of course, you know, it just puts out a chemical smell, and chemical has to do with phthalates. Okay, so in conclusion, we want to have clean air. What can we do? Air fresheners? Well, DIY. I took one of our doTERRA spray bottles, and what I did was I made my own little blend to purify the air. I took eucalyptus, put a couple drops of eucalyptus in there. Excuse me, let me go like this. Eucalyptus, I put the citrus in there. Wild orange, I put like a drop of the wild orange, a drop of the lemon. I also have my lime back there, but I thought, well, that's a lot to show you. I put lime in there, and then I fill up the bottle, and then I shake it whenever I use it, and I just open it and I spray the air. Smells so good, and it's not toxic. And what else can we do? Ta-tam, our handy diffusers. Okay, I like to put in Purify. It's our cleansing blend, okay? I'm going to clean the air. I'm not going to be, you know, masking just, you know, with my air fresheners, my toxic air fresheners, commercial toxic fresheners, throwing chemicals out there. And some people get, you know, cough, and they get also, I get headaches actually. And they cough, and their nose gets all messed up, you know, respiratory stuff. So if you use this Purify, you're actually cleaning the air when you can use your diffuser. So that's a way, if you want fresh air, okay, just keep one of these in the bathroom, and you could diffuse wild orange. That's a really good smell in the bathroom. So there you go. That's the conclusion. Let's switch to DIY non-toxic solutions.
You'll save 10 or 15% on everything. Furniture and mattresses.
I think I hear somebody's
TV. Refresh your home now with 36 months, no interest financing with equal payments.
Who's is that?
They delivery 7 days a week at Raymore and Flanagan's Refresh.
Aha. Cherry had something going in the background. Sorry, I tattled on you, Cherry. Okay, I was like, where's that sound coming from? Okay. Did you have something you wanted to ask or add real quick, Cherry? No? Okay. All right. Sounds good. You're welcome. Okay, so what I'd like to do is thank you, Ami, and I tagged Kathy Gobble and Debbie Holloway today in a plug-in diffuser for essential oils. You guys, they just started advertising it on Facebook. So now you can get a plug-in diffuser and put essential oils. And I know that there was a gal who, I can't remember if she was Airbnb. She was doing something with this house, renting it in some way. And she always wanted it to smell nice. So now it looks like there may be that option. And I would probably plug it in just before my guests were going to arrive. This particular lady, and yes, Nicole, you can. This particular lady wanted to have it running, the Glade, all the time. My mom used to use those, and I would go to her house and they would nauseate me. I mean, it was just disgusting. I ran around unplugging everything, opening the doors, you know, and setting up her diffuser. It's awful. Gail had mentioned also candles are the #1 cause for houses burning down. Yes, they are. But not only that, when I had a fireman, I don't remember for what reason he came, but he had come to visit a house that we were renting, and there was all this black stuff on the ceiling. And he said, oh, this is a house that used candles. I mean, it literally goes up and makes black on your ceilings. So it isn't something that's good for you. So, plugins. Oh, Gail just gave me the big word. I thought she said candles. Plugins are. So, maybe we don't want the plug-in diffuser for essential oils then. I don't know. So that's interesting. Yes, Janie, you had a question real quick, and then I have another giveaway. Can't hear you. You have to unmute, Janie.
Okay, I don't know how I got muted. Anyway, if you get back to me, I've got a really good recipe for a homemade fabric deodorizer. You get stinky rugs. I've got pets. I used to use Febreze, and this stuff is wonderful. It works great to deodorize your...
We've got you at the end, honey.
Okay.
I haven't forgotten you. You'll be almost the last speaker. Okay, Dave?
Okay.
All right. So, Ami, I just want to thank you so much. And thank you for sharing that word with us and what it does. And we don't want that kind of stuff in our house of a certainty. So next I have our Michelle. Michelle Zorn is going to talk to us about things that we don't usually think about, maybe a lot, and especially when it comes to spring cleaning. So please go ahead, Michelle.
So I almost feel like an imposter here talking about this, because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about makeup brush cleaner. And if you'll look closely, you'll see I don't even have any on. So how am I going to talk about it? But I do have 3 teenage daughters, and they have taken my place in the makeup world. They use makeup. Some of them use it every day, and some of them use it for fun, and some of them use it when I say it's okay, because they're 3 different ages. But it's very important for you to clean your makeup brushes, not only because of the toxins that might be building up in your makeup brushes, but understand that makeup brushes that are not clean, the 2 main reasons why you want to clean your makeup brushes is because they will hold bacteria. And if you're thinking about how you're applying your makeup, well, if this brush is full of bacteria, you're not only applying your makeup, but you're applying bacteria as you go along. Also, your makeup brushes collect dead skin cells. So dead skin cells are going to clog up your makeup brushes. When you have a clogged up makeup brush, the other thing that's going to wind up clogged up are your pores. If you're working really hard to look good, why would you clog up your pores with dead skin cells and old makeup and bacteria? So as you can see, I'm painting you a beautiful picture of why you want to clean your brushes regularly. If you apply makeup every day with your brushes, you want to clean them 2 to 3 times a week. If you use your makeup occasionally, you have a special event and you want to wear makeup, clean your brushes the night before and allow them to dry properly overnight before you apply your makeup. A clean brush will also apply your makeup more evenly. You won't get patchy looking makeup, especially if you're using a brush for foundation. So I want to show you, there's a couple of different ways to clean your makeup brushes, but I want to show you a DIY with doTERRA oil. And give me a moment while I turn my camera around here. Can you guys see this okay? So I have a small container here with 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil, 5 drops of tea tree. I feel like my hands are shaking. I had too much coffee this morning. 5 drops of grapefruit oil, and that's all already in there. So what we're going to do is you're just going to take your brush and swirl it around in here. I put black paper underneath so you can see that old makeup coming off. There's no soap in this. It's just coconut oil and essential oil. Why would you use tea tree? Anybody want to tell me in the chat why you would use tea tree oil on your makeup brush?
Antibacterial.
So as you can see, I'm just kind of swirling it around. After you've done this part, you're going to take a soft cloth, maybe a paper towel. Hopefully, I'm actually just working this instead of paying attention to my camera. Y'all pop up and tell me if I'm not doing a good job with my camera work here. But as you can see, I'm just using a paper towel, folded over, and squeezing out that excess. Why you want to be mindful of what you're squeezing out. This is really gross, girls. I'm sorry. This makeup brush is nasty. Can you imagine what your makeup would look like if you never cleaned your brush?
I'm guilty.
It would not be very smooth, and you would think you needed a new foundation, when in truthfulness, you just need to clean your brush. And a clean brush will last you a lot longer. If you wear makeup, like my girls have worked really hard to find the brushes that they love, the brushes that they appreciate the texture on their face and how they work for their skin. If they don't clean these brushes frequently, the brush is going to start to break down. And some of these brushes, girls, some of these brushes are over $50 a piece. Not the brushes in my house, but some of the brushes can be quite expensive. And you want to maintain your brushes so that they will last you a long time. Once you've gotten all the excess oil out, just lay it flat. Be careful not to turn it up like this, because that can start to break down the glue that is in here that holds the brush together, or it will actually start to rot the handle. Most of the handles are wood, or if your makeup brush is bamboo or some other natural fiber, it might actually start to degrade the quality of the brush. So that was the foundation brush. I want to show you real quick. This brush, I believe, is a synthetic brush, but this is her concealer. It's going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to get eye makeup. So just sort of rub it real quick. If you don't want to use straight oil on your brushes, it's okay. I found also you can use On Guard cleaner to clean your brushes. That's also an antibacterial brush. Just make sure that when you clean your brushes, you lay them flat to dry.
Yeah. And Heather, you were asking, can you use other oils? When I found a recipe, I had Purify suggested as well. So did you see any other oils like citrus oils, Michelle? Or
I did see On Guard, Purify, and then this combination of tea tree and grapefruit.
Okay, excellent. All right, so those are ones that we know are proven, Heather. So, you know, I might try maybe a wild orange, but if it's a $50 makeup brush and something happens to it, please, I didn't say anything. Okay.
So one of the reasons why you want to use grapefruit is really a good supporter of the lymphatic system. And if you think about dry brushing, how we dry brush our whole body, this is a way for you to dry brush with a little oil support your face, because you're not going to take that big, huge brush and brush your face, the one that you would use for your body. But here's a way for you to dry brush the skin on your face. Grapefruit supports the lymphatic system, and tea tree is going to support your system in antibacterial methods. And it's also a tonic. Tea tree is a tonic. So it's just a really good way to support your skin on your face.
Excellent. I bet lavender also would be good, because I know for my children, tea tree and lavender are the things that we always had them put on when they were having breakouts. So I imagine that's a really good oil to use too. There is also a brush made specifically for face brushing. Oh, who knew? That's neat, Kathy. I'll have to talk to you about that. So, Michelle, thank you. Thank you so much. It was perfect. Another thing that I told the ladies I was going to mention to all of you is I use a company called Crunchy. It's CRUNCHI. It is completely toxin-free makeup. It is the only thing that I will put on my face anymore. I threw every over-the-counter thing out. And I am telling you, my skin has never felt better. I just have, can you even see no lines or anything? I use brushes, but I use one color of the foundation because I'm older. Sometimes you get blotchy or age spots or something like that. It is fantastic. So if anybody wants to know anything about that, because we care about you as a whole person, and there are so many things that they have slipped these toxic ingredients into. It's almost like they want to kill us or something, isn't it? It's really awful. So, okay. I forgot to do the giveaway. I have 2 oils left, and I'm going to let Janie share, so I'll do it after her. But I have a little On Guard to give away, a 5 ml On Guard. Would anybody like to speak up and say if they learned something from either Michelle or who spoke before Michelle? Was it Nicole? No. Who was it before Michelle? Ami? Ami. Yeah. Anything that new that you learned from Michelle or Ami will get you a 5 ml On Guard.
I've never cleaned my brushes. Never.
Oh, Harry, good heavens. Yeah.
So I should start.
You should start, and you will be shocked when you clean
disgusting.
it.
Excellent. Okay, sweetie, I'm writing you down. I just need you to send your mailing address to whoever invited you.
Okay.
So they can send it to me. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. Okay. And last but not least, we just have a few more things that we wanted to talk about. We did the dish soap already. Thank you, Janie, for that. But we were talking about DIYs for, she said something about carpets. We were talking about things we could do in the bottom of our trash cans, etc. So, Janie, I'm all set for you to go.
All right. So before I give you this is a recipe I'm going to share for a homemade, it's like Febreze that your furniture, your sofa that you can't stick in the wash machine and wash. If you've got pets like I do and they lay on your carpet and it gets that doggy odor. So this works really well. And I'm going to flash the picture of it, but then I'll read it to you. It's 1 cup of distilled water. I honestly just use regular water. 1 cup of witch hazel, 3 drops of tea tree, 10 drops of tea tree, 20 drops of lemon or lemongrass, 20 drops of lavender, and 1 tablespoon of baking soda. Now you put all that in an opaque bottle, the doTERRA bottles. If y'all have never seen these work, I want to show them how see if it just is like a continuous spray. They're really great. It's not squirt. But you fill your bottle full of water, add all that stuff in there, spray it on your your sofa, your rug, your clothes. Can't wash your sweater before you go out, give it a quick spray with the fabric deodorizer. Another thing I wanted to share was, this is from an article I think you can read. It says cleaning products are as damaging as smoking 20 cigarettes a day. And they've done that study. And if you think about it, when you go in the grocery store, where are those cleaning products? I'll guarantee you, any grocery store you go into, they have got them as far away from the food products as they possibly can, because they have found chemicals from the cleaning aisle in cereal, on the cereal aisle. They know it travels through the air, and they know it's some bad stuff. So they're trying to keep it as far from any food products as they can. Think about that when you're storing those toxic products in your kitchen. All right. So the other recipe I had was for liquid dish soap. And I'll try to show it, but I'll be reading it too. 2 cups of liquid Castile soap, 20 drops of lime, 8 drops of wild orange, 6 drops of citrus bliss, and you need to shake the bottle before each use. And it suggests using 1 to 2 tablespoons for each use.
Excellent.
I didn't have my sound turned all the way up.
Can you read it, Janie, one more time?
Yes. What? Read it again?
Yes, please.
Okay. 2 cups of liquid Castile soap, 20 drops of lime, 8 drops wild orange, 6 drops citrus bliss, and shake the bottle before each use.
Wow. And didn't you have a window cleaner? You mentioned you showed us.
Well, you can clean any kind of glass, mirrors, windows, whatever. Just add a few drops of lemon to some water. That's really all you need to do. And that lemon, it'll also cut through tar on your car. We have a lot of road work done around in this area of the country, seems like. And I'm always getting tar slung on my car. And I can just mix it in a little spray bottle like this, squirt it on that tar, rub it right quick, and it comes right off.
That's awesome, Janie.
Oh, one more thing I had to share. You're not clean if you have bugs.
Not clean if you have what?
You're not clean if you have bugs.
Oh, bugs. Yeah.
So I live in the middle of the woods, and we have those big palmetto bugs come in. It looks like a huge roach. They're big and black, and they fly. Get rid of those or keep those out of your house. Cedar wood. You can diffuse it. I've had several people try this. One lady, she said, I don't know if it killed them or not, but I don't see them anymore. She said they left. Another man said he got up in the morning and he's got a bad problem, and he had dead roaches all over the place after diffusing the cedar wood at night.
Wow. That's good news. Good
so,
news.
And I think that's all I had to share.
Okay. Thank you, Janie.
Okay.
Some other things that we didn't cover that we just briefly talked about were putting a paper towel in the bottom of your trash can and putting some of your favorite oils on the paper towel and setting it in there. And that can help. You know, sometimes you get something that you left in the refrigerator for a good long while and you do the refrigerator purge, and then the next thing you know, your whole kitchen stinks of old chicken smell or something, which is really awful, right? So that's another trick. And of course, having a bit of baking soda in the bottom of your bag even before you start to throw the trash away is a good idea too. So let me just go ahead and close because we're at 12:04 with a couple of things. First, we want to thank you again for coming. I have one last 5 ml bottle of lavender. Now this one is for, let's see, it's something you learned new from Janie, or I think Janie was the last person, right? We didn't have another person. I got everybody in there this time, right? So Heather, do you want to take a gander at something? Because you're the only other guest that we have, and I haven't heard from you. Did you learn anything new? Everybody else has won. I have. Wasn't that
lots of stuff? Yeah, I wrote down the deodorizer spray, which I'm going to make and use on the rug, our carpet, because we have a litter box on the other room on the carpet, and sometimes the kitties put a little poopy on the rug and not in the box. So I make that to spray on there.
Yeah, good. Okay, so Heather, whoever invited you, sweet lady, give them your address. They'll reach out to me, and you'll get this 5 ml bottle of lavender. So
thank you.
I hope that all of you got some benefit out of this. This is recorded. The replay will come to you. So if you didn't get all the recipes, you can pull the slider forward to Janie, and you can slow it down and freeze it and write all the recipes down. I have the dishwasher tablets as well. Janie has one recipe, I have another, whatever you would like. If there's something that you heard that you need a copy of, we'd be happy to send it. Last but not least, I have 2 invitations for you. One is, if you are not involved in natural wellness and you don't have some of these products that we talked about today, please talk to the person that invited you. They would be delighted to share with you how to get a membership with doTERRA and tell you all the benefits, along with all of the physical things we taught you today to reduce toxic load in your house. So be sure and do that. And then if anybody would like to hear the business presentation and about what we do and why we do it, and you'd like to stay for a few minutes, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I want to thank you again. I hope we see you again in 2 weeks. We're going to focus on internal cleaning. We're going to take care of our body. So goodbye, Nicole. That is the 25th. Is that right, everybody? March 25th, I think. Hold on. Let me pull up the calendar. I thought I knew this. No, it is March the 26th at 11 a.m. PST, 1 p.m. CST, 2 p.m. EST. So we'll be back in 2 weeks, okay? So thank you. I so enjoyed seeing all the new faces. Have a great day. I'll just wait a few minutes to see if anyone stays.